Beavis the kind of blimp retro, everybody. It's your boy Jason, the Black and Rapper! Alright, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about the MacBooks with the light bars on them. You remember those? So in 2016, the MacBook Pros got into this weird phase where they got into this whole light bar thing, or light touch bar thing, actually. And I'll be honest, I am a Mac nerd, so I definitely bought into it. I bought the hype. I thought it was really cool. And yeah, it was really cool. About the same as some of those features on the Apple Watch that nobody ever uses anymore. The truth is, Apple's core philosophy is finding things that people don't even know that they want and then selling it to them. So that requires a lot of experimentation, you know? Apple is definitely top of their game when it comes to innovative technology. However, they have a very interesting way of doing things because, at least with the iPhone front, when it comes to the competition between iOS and Android, a lot of the times Apple will just wait and lay back and just chill while Android throws in a whole bunch of new features, and Apple then chooses to take a few of those features that Android's been enjoying for years and then refines it to their own Apple-esque way. And I'll be honest, a lot of times when they do that, it does pay off for them. They do become the better experience of those features. But no, when it comes to the touch bar, it's kind of the same thing. Actually, when it comes to the Macs in general, they are the ones that usually go for the innovative push. They're usually the ones that they test uncharted waters. And sometimes it works for them, but sometimes it doesn't. Now the question is, does the touch bar work for them or not? Well, the short answer would be, duh, they don't have them anymore. If you look at the M2 series and on with the MacBooks, they clearly don't have the touch bars. I mean, let's put it like this. No one ever thought that the HDMI port or the SD card slot was a bad thing. It was not selling well. It was features that nobody wanted. Even though Apple specifically said, people don't really use them, so we just took them out of the MacBook. Yeah, that's right, they actually said that. And if you happen to be one of the minority, one of the few people that want to have an SD card slot for, importing files into your MacBook, that's all right. You can just get a dongle. So yeah, Apple is a little interesting in that regard. I mean, they don't always remove features because they're not good enough features. Like even on the iPhone, when they took off the headphone jack, people were like, whoa, I don't know about that. It's not because it wasn't selling good. It's not because it wasn't a sellable feature. It's because there was a technical limit at the time that they couldn't incorporate into their products. So does that hold true for the touch bar? Well, after doing some digging, I found out that Apple's official statement was that the light bar on the MacBook Pros were not really a most widely used feature. But there's a very specific reason for that. The reason I discovered was that the touch bar was reliant on third-party developers to develop their own specific experiences with the touch bar. If you're using Final Cut Pro, if you're using Evernote, if you're using any type of third-party app that was not specifically created by Apple themselves, you probably wouldn't get a very extensive experience from it. You wouldn't have all the nifty shortcuts and a nice graphical layout that Apple was hoping for when they rolled it out to developers. Even though the MacBooks are successful and lots of people buy them, they're only one portion of all laptops. So what that means is that if a third-party company is trying to make money off of the entire laptop market, so if we're talking about Apple, if we're talking about Dell, if we're talking about Asus, if we're talking about this Seuss or that Seuss or Dr. Seuss or any one of those, laptop developers, it doesn't make sense for them to, invest their money into developing an experience for only one portion of the laptop market when the rest of the laptop market can't benefit from it. So it wasn't a good idea from a money perspective when it comes to being a third party. Also, people were saying, and this is more of a mixed bag. This is like, either love it or hate it. It is a polarizing thing because some people were all for the light bar, some people, or the touch bar, other people just hated it. And the reason why they hated it was because even though it was cool to look at, you need physical buttons. especially for those particular keys. The function keys are necessary, right? And so if you're typing away, if you're working on something, you want to keep your eyes on the screen. But when you replace keys with a screen, you know, which that's what it was, the light touch bar was a screen, you eventually have to keep looking down at the keyboard to see what you're touching. Yeah, so it didn't make sense. It was actually more of a challenge than it was a benefit, and I could get that. I understand that. I mean, if you want proof that it wasn't working out for them, that the whole physical button idea was a better option, just look at some of the later iterations when they actually made the escape key its own physical button and actually shrink down the size of the touch bar because of that. All right, guys, so what do you think? Do you like having the touch bar on your MacBook Pro? Are you one of those people that still have a MacBook Pro with the touch bar on it? Is that the reason why you're not upgrading to the more, innovative M chip series on the MacBook Pros? Or have you said, good riddance, I never needed you, never used you, and upgraded to a better MacBook and waved goodbye forever to the touch bar? Let me know in the comment section below, and of course, give me a like with that little thumbs up button, and also hit that subscribe button to be notified of future videos, and the bell notification, that's also very important. I'll see you guys next time. It is your boy Jason, Sublime Rapper. Much love, God bless, and as always, you know how we do. Peace.